gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing.
We back in the gym, and I got my hair done. Shout out to the braider. My hang time. We've been working all day. All day we've been working, baby.
Yeah, the size, the power of Canelo, he's got the guy. Then all of a sudden you go back and you say, wait a minute. The other guy's faster. The other guy's craftier.
Floyd Mayweather is allegedly warning Canelo to back off from Terence Crawford after seeing some shocking new training footage. Sources say Mayweather was stunned by Crawford's blistering speed, razor-sharp footwork, and deadly clean combos. The leaked video shows a version of Crawford that's way more dangerous and dialed in than most people ever imagined.
That we can't overlook. You never overlook any opponent. We can't base everything just off power.
Floyd Mayweather has never been one to hold his tongue, and his latest jab at Canelo Alvarez proves it. Looking back at their 2013 fight, Mayweather made it clear he was pushing 40 when he schooled Canelo with ease. He didn't just win, he made it look simple, and now he's calling out the hype. To Floyd, Canelo's reputation doesn't match what went down in that ring. It's a bold reminder that brains, timing, and veteran experience can embarrass raw power in youth any day.
You could take a guy like Canelo, this guy could do, he can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Cakewalk, easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude. Easy. Y'all always disrespecting our fighters.
Live, only on DAZN, June 28th. Jake Paul versus Chavez Jr. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Floyd Mayweather has never hidden his doubts about Canelo Alvarez's physical transformation. He's outright accused Canelo of using steroids, pointing straight to that 2018 failed drug test as a stain that fans shouldn't just forget. Mayweather, who prides himself on discipline and staying clean, says the changes in Canelo's body and performance don't add up. For Floyd, this isn't just befits about protecting the sport's integrity. He believes every one of Canelo's wins, especially over smaller or less powerful fighters, comes with an asterisk.
Canelo, and the list goes on and on about athletes that's been cheating.
Been accused of cheating or been proven?
No, been
cheating?
proven too.
This been proven.
Yeah.
Oh, with Canelo. Oh shit, I didn't know.
This been proven.
Lance Armstrong.
Okay.
And then Canelo talking about it was the steak that it was the meat that he was eating. So okay, now you eating, I guess you're eating steroid cows. Man, these boys kill me.
Jeff Mayweather just cranked up the hype around Terence Crawford's rise. In his eyes, Crawford has the kind of all-around skill and adaptability that could seriously challenge even someone like Floyd. He pointed out that Floyd's still in top shape, training hard and staying plugged into the game. Jeff even hinted that if Crawford dominates Canelo, a showdown with Floyd might not just be possible, it could be massive. The mere suggestion has fans buzzing, putting Crawford right at the center of a wild scenario, one where he becomes the link between the legends of old and today's elite.
Everybody acting like Bud is the second coming of Mayweather. Y'all got the game fucked up. Mayweather actually didn't get hit. Bud gets hit by dudes that, like, who on Bud's resume is an equivalent of someone on Floyd's resume? So that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, Floyd not getting hit by elites, Bud getting hit by non-elites, and somehow y'all think Canelo not about to touch him.
Things got heated fast during the recent face-off between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford, when Crawford unexpectedly shoved Canelo, but instead of rattling him, Canelo just smirked, saying it only lit a fire inside him. This wasn't just a staged stunt for the cameras. It was raw, real, and personal. The shove turned up the pressure, and Canelo's reaction showed he feeds off that energy. It was a psychological flashpoint, pulling both fighters deeper into the rivalry and sending the hype for their clash into overdrive.
Canelo, what did you think about the shove, that moment that happened on stage?
Oh, I'm turning on right now.
Right? Yeah. Did it make you want to go harder for the 13?
I don't know, but made me feel more excited.
Love it.
I'm gonna train so hard.
Crawford has never downplayed how much Mayweather shaped his rise. But it's not just about mimicking moves, it's about adopting the mindset. Like Floyd, Crawford has taken full control of his career, cutting sharp deals, building his brand, and playing the long game. His training is built on precision and discipline, where every move matters. Personality-wise, they're different, but mentally, they're cut from the same cloth. Outsmart the opponent, own the storyline, and dominate, not just inside the ring but in the business behind it.
But I know how you is. You be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever keep it real, boy, keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. I always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fighting. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll be this.
Boy, you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, man, I'll be this. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of person ever.
When Floyd talks strategy, it's not theory, it's experience. His win over Canelo was a clinic in how to outsmart a dangerous fighter without trading power shots. His message to Crawford: don't get dragged into a slugfest. Break Canelo down with movement, rhythm, and sharp awareness. Crawford, with his reputation for adapting on the fly, is built for that kind of fight. This won't be about brute force, it'll be a mental chess match. And that's exactly where Floyd sees Crawford having the edge.
Terence Crawford jumping up from 154 to 168 and beating this quote-unquote version of Canelo Alvarez would diminish the accomplishment that Floyd Mayweather accomplished beating his version of Canelo Alvarez. Is it two different versions of Canelo Alvarez? And obviously, Canelo Alvarez is 62 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer. He is obviously bigger. When Floyd fought him, it was at 152 catch weight, but it had no rehydration clause. So you might as well just say it was at 154. Now, two things they have in common is that Floyd Mayweather was 36, 37 years of age. Terence Crawford is 37 years of age, going on 38. So he'll be 38 when he fights Canelo Alvarez. Floyd had already had 2 fights at 154. He had the fight with Miguel Cotto and he had the fight with Oscar De La Hoya, right?
Kell Brook's take carries real weight. He's felt both Golovkin's brute force and Crawford's slick skill firsthand. From his view, taking on Canelo demands a rare mix of speed, smarts, and grit. Crawford can't just cruise on his usual rhythm this time. He'll have to read, react, and shut down Canelo's constant pressure. Every round will push his timing and mental sharpness to the edge. Brook made it clear, this fight isn't just about landing punches, it's a thinking man's war where the smarter, faster mind wins.
You know, it's a wow. It's a wow fight, you know what I mean? It's two supreme athletes fighting against each other, but you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to, move up, and I knew when I boxed Golovkin, there's a big difference, especially with someone that, fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champion's okay, but when you're fighting someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo, but, Crawford's very, very, very good.
You think Crawford still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring, but he's very much a good mover as well. Do you feel like he's still got the legs to be maybe outmoving Canelo if he needs to?
Well, I don't know. I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more. He kind of sets his feet and he's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. Both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience and just his ring generalship,
Among fans and boxing insiders, there's a rising belief that Terence Crawford might be the biggest threat Canelo has faced in years, and it's not just hype talking. It's rooted in Crawford's steady dominance, statement wins, and the sheer versatility he brings to the ring. Whether switching stances, changing tempo, or reading opponents in real time, Crawford's skill set is deep and dangerous. This isn't just a big fight. It's a clash of two top-tier technicians with opposing styles, the kind of matchup that pulls casuals back in and gets the hardcore fans fired up all over again.
I'm gonna be real with y'all. Terence Crawford is top 5. Top 5, I'll die on that hill. He's my top. He might be top 3. He might be top 3. I just gotta see what's up. But I'm gonna be real. This Canelo might be the most fucking locked in Canelo I've ever seen in my life. My boy Canelo is too fucking locked. He's not even speaking Spanish no more. He's speaking fluid ass English. He's not even Spanish no more. Oh boy said, how will this affect the Canelo legacy if Terence Crawford beats you? He's not going to beat me. No, he's not going to beat me. But this will go down in boxing history. But he beat me. He's not beating me. No, you're not different. No, you're no different than no Spanish. Canelo is locked in. Yo, I'm telling you, this is that fight rap. I feel a little bit scared for my favorite.
Terence Crawford and his team understand one thing clearly: they can't just copy the blueprint others failed with. Their game plan is tailored down to the last detail. Crawford's style mixes patience with precision, and his mid-round stance switches are a nightmare for opponents. But against a veteran like Canelo, who loves dictating the pace, Crawford has to shake things up not with wild risks, but with perfectly timed disruptions. He needs to hijack the rhythm, flip the exchanges, and make Canelo second-guess himself in his own comfort zone. This isn't just about outboxing him, it's about breaking his entire system.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits, even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. Well, both can have a bit of similarities. The speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement, it's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan coming to a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo, but that's very, very, very unlikely, damn near impossible.
Oscar De La Hoya isn't buying into all the hype without hesitation. He respects Crawford's talent, but he's sounding the alarm on one key issue: size in boxing. Even when skill is dead, even sheer mass and power can shift everything. De La Hoya has been in that position before, and he knows just how brutal those weight gaps can be. On paper, the fight looks fair, but physically, it might lean toward Canelo. He's warning that all the excitement and money talk shouldn't blind people to the real danger. Greatness is one thing, survival is another.
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
If you see Thursdays, back Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations with Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, and this is the truth again, it's a money grab. That's it.
Nico Ali Walsh offers a fresh, modern take, zeroing in on Crawford's preparation. He makes it clear Crawford isn't stepping into this fight blindly. He's been grinding with heavier sparring partners to learn how to handle pressure, take big shots, and strike back with strategy. This isn't just about sharpening skills, it's about hardening for war. Crawford's camp isn't ignoring the size gap, they're attacking it head-on. Walsh sees this as the key to flipping the script, turning a risky matchup into a real shot at leveling the field.
So I'm just worried about that, but I think it's a great opportunity for both those guys. I think people are going to watch it, so it's an exciting matchup.
And we have another mega fight. Let's be honest, September. Canelo and Crawford, two guys
Yes.
been around that you've trained with and things like that.
Yes.
Fight.
That fight, everyone was siding towards Canelo. I would say it was like 80-20 people with Canelo before Canelo's last fight. But then after Canelo's last fight, it seems like it's more 50-50 now. So everything is just the build-up for that fight is just going to be absolutely magnetizing. Like that fight, it's garnered so much more buzz after Canelo's last fight. And Bud is Bud. He's one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. He is one of the greatest fighters in boxing history. So it's going to be a fight. It's going to be awesome to watch.
Have you sparred any of them?
I haven't sparred Bud yet. I haven't been in Canelo's camp. I've met Canelo a few times. I love Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool, and I have so much belief in Bud, and I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades. You can see it with his shadow boxing. You can see it.
Teddy Atlas views this fight as a true test of balance. While most people fixate on Canelo's power and physical dominance, Atlas zeroes in on Crawford's intellect. To him, this isn't a mismatch, it's a duel of different forces. Crawford's lightning reflexes, meticulous prep, and unshakable will could create turning points where size becomes irrelevant. This isn't just a brawl, it's a mental war, a battle to see who breaks first under pressure, who outthinks and outlasts when the fight gets brutal.
He's too big, and, Crawford, as good as he is, he stepped up with Matrimorph, and he struggled a little bit. He won, but it was more competitive we thought. Well, we didn't understand how good Matrimorph was because we underestimated, because he only had 10 pro fights, but he had 300 amateur fights. He was a good, solid fighter.
Absolutely was.
Right? And he's on this card, of course, but he was a good, solid fighter. We didn't understand that, so we started to knock down Crawford a little bit because our expectations were so high, and that's wrong. That's wrong. He won. He changed gears. He did what he had to do when he realized the level of this guy in front of him, and he got the win. But again, people are going to say Canelo's too big. He had trouble with a 154-pound guy when he went up from welterweight to that. So now he's going up to 168. Teddy, come on. How are you going to make an argument? You're going to make an argument through the history of this sport, where little guys have been able to beat big guys, because you reverse it. You reverse who's got the advantage and the disadvantage. Yeah, the size, the power of Canelo, he's got the advantage. Then all of a sudden you go back and you say, wait a minute. The other guy's faster. The other guy's craftier. The other guy has more options. The other guy is slicker. Oh, well, maybe he's got the advantages. Yeah. Like the first time Pacquiao fought De La Hoya. And I know De La Hoya was having trouble with weight and all that. I get it. And that's fair. But still, I remember I picked that one. Well, every once in a while I pick one right. I remember that I picked that one where Pacquiao's going to win. And I said, yeah, you're saying that De La Hoya's bigger, he's stronger. He's got the power edge, he's got this edge. But the other guy's quicker.